Hi guys! Tonight I'm going to teach you how to make my Spaetzle, which is a family recipe that's been passed down from my mom. Alright, as you can see the steam behind me, the first thing you're going to need is a medium-sized pot of boiling water. Also, if you don't have one of these big Spaetzle press gadgets, you're going to need a cutting board and a long knife. But we're going to start out with the Spaetzle press. First thing you need is some eggs, water, and just regular all-purpose flour. Start by cracking your eggs. I usually use 1 egg for each person I'm making Spaetzle for. So tonight I'm going to be using 6 eggs because I'm feeding 4 of us and we like leftovers. As you can tell by my multicolored eggs here, they came from the farm stand, which is wonderful. Look at how perky those yolks are. How hard the shells are. Always the difference between grocery store eggs and farm fresh eggs. Alright. Egg number 6. Here we go. You're going to take a plain fork and you're just going to start by beating your eggs. Okay. Now I usually use about 1 cup of flour for every 2 eggs. So your ratio is 1 egg to half a cup of white flour. Now you can use different flours to make these Spaetzle noodles. I've made them with various flours just so you're prepared. Don't use the 2-to-1 ratio for whole wheat flour. You'll never be able to squeeze that dough through a Spaetzle press. Unless you're the Hulk or something, in which case be my guest. Alright, now we just get our fork out again and beat the flour into the beaten eggs. And you're looking to incorporate it all. Alright, next ingredient, also the last ingredient, a little bit of water just to make a stiff and glossy dough. Add it in a little bit at a time so you don't overdo it. I never measure. So as you can see here, the dough is starting to get glossy. There's still a lot of dry flour in here, so we're going to add a little bit more water. And just work the dough with our fork here. Alright. Now, if your dough is about the right consistency, it'll rip when you pull up with your fork. Now it's time to get your Spaetzle press out, which kind of looks like a big garlic press. You can see it's got a series of holes in the bottom, and fill it up. Okay. Now one thing I did forget is to get out a casserole for my finished Spaetzle, so I'll just do that right now. Because these noodles cook very quickly. Alright. Now I'm going to put the press part into my Spaetzle press. And as you can see, noodles coming out the bottom already. Okay. back to that pot of boiling water I was talking about earlier. You need a knife ready. And now we get to press the Spaetzle into the boiling water. Which will give you a bit of an arm workout. So, you know, cooking plus exercise at the same time. Burn some of those calories of the carbs you're about to consume. Alright. Now the noodles are gonna cook in here for just a few moments. As you can see, they're already floating to the top. And we're gonna wait until the pot's basically boiling over to yank them out. Have your slotted spoon on the ready. There we go. See how the edges are starting to rise there in the pot? Now's the time to get out your slotted spoons and yank those noodles before they boil over. Alright, now that you've finished fishing out the noodles out of the boiling water, you're just going to repeat filling up your Spaetzle press, pressing the Spaetzle into the water and waiting for them to foam basically. And that is how you make Spaetzle. Enjoy. They're really good with cheese, a German lentil sauce, and sometimes we serve them with a meat sauce. It's kind of like a goulash, heavy on the paprika. But we'll get to those recipes later. Thanks for watching.